This is the beginning. This is the moment where we pause where we stop and rethink everything. So much time is spent here, more time than necessary, trying to perfect the very first step, treating it like it must already be done as fast as possible. But this is not the final product. This is only a beginning. Now, before you start something in your life, you ask yourself, do I really have the determination for this? Think of a game, any game. You always start with barely anything. Maybe a few resources, maybe some instructions, and then you're on your own. Most of us skip the instructions. We assume we already know what to do. We take a few steps forward, a few steps back, get stuck, and then we go back to the instructions. Or we watch videos, tips, tricks, and most of the time it's the same thing that was already there, the instructions we skipped. A beginning that places us in a new land and a new game. You start with almost nothing, maybe just a wooden stick in your hand. That's all you have. But that stick can be merged, combined, upgraded. Along the pathway, you find new resources and it grows into something bigger. The first step is simple. Yet, this is where we lose the most time. Questioning ourselves. Wondering if we're ready instead of starting. This is the moment when action should begin, but hesitation takes over. So remember this. When we start, we don't need to think about everything. Just the first step. There are ways to stay focused in those early moments. One method is simple preparation, like wearing the outfit. If you want to go for a run, you put on your shoes, you change something small, something basic. Sometimes that's all we do. We grab our phone, we sit down. But the next day, you're already in the outfit. You already know what you're going to do. Maybe you step outside, breathe some air, then go back in. On the third day, you do the same. Shoes on, clothes on, step outside, breathe. Now you start looking around, and finally you start walking. The next day, you walk faster. Then you start running. You become familiar with your environment. This is how one small action changes everything, compared to staying in your head. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, it's raining. It's unnecessary. Now listen to this. There was a well-documented teaching experiment in ceramics. A teacher divided students into two groups. Group A was graded on quantity, the number of clay pots they produced. Group B was graded on quality. They had to produce one perfect pot by the end of the term. At the end, the highest quality pots didn't come from the perfection group. They came from the quantity group. Why? Because the quantity group was focused on action, trial, error, adjustment. The perfection group spent most of their time theorizing, planning perfection instead of practicing. The result was clear. The most refined, useful, and attractive work came from repetition, not perfection. This proves something important. Progress isn't about perfecting every step before moving forward. It's about repetition. Restarting, accepting failure. This applies everywhere. Business owners don't succeed from one perfect idea. They succeed from multiple attempts, multiple failures, multiple restarts. Most successful people failed early. They closed businesses, they started again. The idea stayed. The steps stayed in their mind. They wrote things down, looked at what went wrong, adjusted, and did it again. Perfection is often just another way to delay action. So do it messy, do it multiple times, but do something. Don't just sit and think, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. And it's only through action that the next step becomes visible. Even if it's just writing things down, typing notes on your phone, talking it out, because then you'll forget everything, the reason behind the empowering moment you felt. Take action, any form of action. Don't let your ideas, your hopes, and your dreams stay in the back of your mind and fade away.